Tell me if it's echoey because then it's clear to see that this mic setting may be a bit, I don't know, not faulty, but I may not adjusted it to the right specification. Oh, we're starting off with the Ace of Wands. So you're an inspiration. People see you as an inspiration. You're only going to hear that from, excuse me, spiritual verb, honorable individuals. Let's just say this is what the naysayers and the workers of iniquity, that's what's going through their mind. They hate it. They hate it that it ruined their little narrative that the little gang was spreading. Family too, the ancestors chose you, collective. The ancestors handed down the baton to you, hence why you was left certain gifts. When they pass, some pass natural means, I have to be honest. There's a select few that pass through being sacrificed. They pass through spell work by their own bloodline. For some of you, it's the parents of the parent. So your mother's mother or your father's father, whichever way it flips for you. Some of you have a few very evil, sinister aunties or uncles, cousins, family members in general. It's different for different people. So yeah. You also have an ex and their new supply that are being investigated for identity theft. I sense that an ex stole some type of document or they stole some type of identification from you. And when you question them about it, they lied to your face and said they threw it away. That was a lie. They had prearranged with that new supply. Let me just add, the same new supply that they've been cheating with. The same new supply that they received the sex demon from. Yeah, because summoners run around with sex demons on them. But they wanted to spread it to you, collective, and it didn't work. So God pulled you out in the nick of time. For some of you, are going to be hearing some harsh truths. The fact of the matter is, this person was paid to pursue you. It was never their type. Set up by your own family. It may sound harsh, but I swear the divine already revealed it to you a long time ago in order for you to start the healing process. So when it does actually come out or be confirmed, so to speak, you've already dealt with it already. If that makes any sense. So it won't be no surprise. So that goes against what these people wanted. They wanted you blindsided. For some of you, they was kind of trying to rub things in your face. Very demonic, I must say. They're stalking you, heavily stalking you. For some of you, it is these coven affiliations. You may as well say the majority of the goddamn community at this point. Literally. Including for some of you who not by choice, but you was kind of forced into religion, going to certain churches. Some of you may have done like, I don't know if you remember, like a Sunday school, or like over the weekend they used to have like this church like holiday club type thing. Yeah. Some of you may have experienced something traumatic in this setting. which scared you that much, you ran. Told whoever you were staying with, you told the adult figure or the person meant to be supervising you. And a weird thing is, this is gonna confirm it to you. Because considering you was very articulate in what you was speaking on about what you experienced, I don't know if this is the exact words, but something along the lines of, that's an imagination, or stop imagining things. You was actually sent right back. You were sent back to the establishment that traumatized you. For some of you, it's like your local church, or possibly the church that your parents or even grandparents would frequent or was a member of. These churches have a lot of dark secrets that they're trying to keep hidden. This is why they're stalking you also. They're trying to do sparring. In fact, they're just trying to take you out. So just know that someone's put some type of bounty over you breathing air. Diabolical. Some of you have been dealing with this your whole existence. It's kind of like the people that abused and traumatized you never wanted you to heal from any of these traumas. So what they was doing strategically, it's gonna light bulb moment. They was basically throughout your existence. Now you know it was literally like every moon cycle. These people was doing rituals, doing spell work, black magic, so forth and so forth. Yeah, to heighten these traumatic triggers in you to make you react a certain way. It was all part of their plan. They was waiting for the right time to strike and take you out. And it never came. For some of you, you experienced something really traumatic in your childhood. For people, it could be different, but it was something that was very traumatic, basically. It's literally like they made you some type of test subject experiment. And it kind of seemed to, if you had siblings, to them, like you was getting all the attention. They didn't realize the hell you was experiencing. And I'm not sure how they would word it, but there is some type of, I don't know, some type of hypnosis or spell work or memory spell. They was doing something to either block or suppress the crimes they committed against you. So you may get little things with your flashbacks where you know something happened to you, but you can't seem to dig into that memory, that makes any sense. But you can feel it because when you go to certain places or around certain people, it triggers that memory, but you don't fully get to see. It's like you get little flashes. That makes any sense? Some of you, this may have happened whilst you was in a home as well. It could have been either a foster home, a children's home, a parental home. Yeah. This was actually a family member that did this. Yeah. This may have happened before you was 10. So I would say, I know, trigger warning, between the ages of 3 and 10, possibly 11, but between those ages. What do I need to know, Spirit? What does my collective need to know about this situation that we're speaking on? Again. Oh shit. I could take this one of two ways, but Spirit, what are you trying to tell me? Ancestors come through. What are you trying to tell me? Some of you may have been having like certain past events coming back. For each of you is different, do you know what I mean? But I do see that, or I'm being told that you kind of know or you suspect what it is. I also see that you kind of knew, but you just couldn't confirm it or prove it. And you may have like held back in a sense of the fact of what you experienced and the crime that was committed against you as such a young child is a very serious allegation, allegedly. But you know it happened. What I will say is, because some of you, you was given visions of it. So you may have been, I don't know, in meditation or somewhere in solitude, and this download was given to you. Like it was, yeah, it's like the divine seen everything, anyway. So he was just reminding you. Some of you, you've been asking, and yeah, some, not all. Some of you just dive straight in. Like you got some very strong-willed individuals out here. You didn't let this break you. For some of you, it did kind of like shock you to the point of I'm seeing some of their meditation. I'm seeing them seeing something that literally shook them to their core. But at the same time, it was like a sense of relief. These people, or should I say, these demons, because that's what they are, they're demons. They've been trying they have been not trying, they have been gaslighting you and making you feel like you're imagining it, you're hallucinating, it never happened. They've been lying to your face because they're all on one accord about this. Because they all benefit from it in some way, shape, or form. For some of you, King of Swords in the reverse. For some of you, they were trying to implant false memories to counteract the trauma they put you through. Basically, it's like they want you to reminisce on the false implanted memories or thoughts from whatever era it was in your childhood. For some people, this is why they've kind of, since you turned adulthood, it's like they kind of avoid you. It's like anytime you're in there, you either encounter them or you may be in the same vicinity of them, whether that be like a family gathering, see them in passing. You can sense the energy. They act very offish. So in your mind, you're going to be thinking to yourself, how? Because from your recollection, there's never been a problem. It's a case of family incest and spiritual molestation. It was a deliberate act. Some of you may have had siblings, but it's like it was only done to you. But at some point, I see that these siblings was aware of something, wasn't too sure. Maybe every time this person did this molestation to you as a child, to sidetrack your mind or to make sure you had no recollection of it, they would be super nice to you, which for some of you may not have been normal. But it was kind of like over the top when they didn't do it before. But it's only after they'd committed certain abuses. You also have a parent or figure that knew and kind of just turned a blind eye, or they just didn't care. Which is why when this person took their last breath, they put things in place. They left you a gift to say sorry for what they did. And I'm seeing the other family members all teamed up together to steal it. And that's exactly what they did. Yeah, but they're trying to implant fake memories. What does that say on the card? Yeah, this is someone that wanted to continue to abuse you to your dying day, basically. They wanted to abuse you into your grave. In all honesty, it's as deep as it gets. People have no manners. Why do people do that? It's so disrespectful. It's not like I'm just sat on a live having a conversation. I'm doing a reading. I'm pulling energy, and you got nobbers trying to come into battle. Like, where's the respect? I will not tolerate it. Period. I don't give a damn who you are. But anyway, collective. So yeah. This person has they have no endurance. For some of you, you've been funding a whole family system as well as outside individuals. But I do see you had certain family members, could be aunties or uncles. Notice if you was ever in their presence, they would talk to you really harshly, but then talk to everybody else really, really nice. For some of you, this is the person, this is what I'm saying, that encountered you at some type of funeral. You had some type of exchange. That was fake also. Because then all through that sermon, you can see this person stare, you can feel them staring at you, literally. You wanna know why? Their conscience was killing them. And they're wondering if you're either aware of it, awakened to it, or if you know. But it wasn't the right time. There was a few individuals in there doing that. Wow. It's literally like they're trying to cloud your memory. That's weird. These people are twisted. Who else is involved in this debauchery? Okay. This is some type of covert cult. We didn't want to be brought to justice. Integrity is kind of on the fence. This is people with no integrity. Ooh. These are people that act like they're all love and light and they're not that at all. They're not that at all. These are people that want to reinstate the level of abuse or whatever they was doing to you. So they've been trying to harm you, collective, your whole life. Since you was born, for some of you, before you even left your mother's womb. Yeah. They knew who you was. For some of you, I'm not saying the parent that gave birth to you was, but I'm saying they came from a family of dark individuals. I'm just seeing a raw cult. And they remain hidden by excuse me, mingling in between the rest of the family members that wasn't like them. And it was cloaking herself in other people's energy to remain hidden. But you still could sense something. For some of you would just be quiet and observe. Yeah, these people have zero integrity. These are people that fabricate things to validate the crimes they commit against others. And I'm seeing people in the whole group validating it also. Be like, yeah, I was there too. So that's bearing false witness. Straight off the bat, false witness. This is what they do. They've done this many times. Not just to people in the community or people they may have been dating or married to. People in the actual bloodline, like the raw, you got family members that's what they do. They sacrifice other people in the bloodline for money and a come up. You're going down. I call righteous judgment on these people, Most High. Yeah. They know you was born spiritually enlightened. They didn't like that. Because they knew what that entailed. That entails that basically you can see what they don't. If you're not of the light, you're not going to be given the gift of it. Do you understand? So these people clearly they pick a side, and that's fine. So they will join forces for one gain and one gain only. This is a very dark, demonic family secret. Well, it's not a secret no more. It's not a secret no more, collective. No. So this explains why, for a lot of you, can resonate with this. They never really wanted you around because you saw beyond their illusions. You saw what other family members didn't see, and then the deflection was like anger and rage and disgust. Like, how dare you? Okay, that was a deflection. Yeah. A narc tactic to take the light off of them. Do you understand? And project it somewhere else. Some of you may remember this saying: children should be seen and not heard. I hear that saying ringing loud and clear. That was something that was used to silence you. That's like saying they abused you for telling the truth. That's madness. For some of you, it's like you was abused into some type of submissive state. It's like you shut down. But what I'm seeing it as is, well, obviously you've observed it. You was being protected. It's for your own protection. Because clearly, if you continue to speak, you probably won't be. You probably won't be here now. And some of these family members that partook in this or was involved in it, or whatever shape or form it comes in, they had some level of involvement in it. Some of them still alive, some of them have passed. That was like their way of these must be some ego-driven, prideful dummies. So they left you things. And when the rest of the family seen, they didn't like it. So you may as well say your whole family was against you. Because they knew they knew what you wasn't aware of or just hadn't been confirmed because no one really nurtured or supported you. It's kind of shunned, is what I'm saying. Yeah. He was very creative because this is showing me that this is why they abused you the way they did because they couldn't believe you knew things without maybe even being present. There may have been incidents where they may have thought you was asleep or somewhere else, and all of a sudden you bared witness to something they was doing. I heard caught in the act. You caught somebody in the act doing something. This is what I'm saying. So whatever it was, whatever abuse you went through, kind of put it into some type of mentally. It's like you shut down in a sense. I don't know if it was spell work that amplified this energy or this experience you was going through. So then they had to form some type of narrative. I can definitely see that now. Wow. For some of you, something happened where I don't know if someone tried to attack you or there was something where somebody tried to blindside you. I don't know if you levitated or if you levitated somebody. And that's when outside organizations got involved, or whether they went to these outside organizations or these outside organizations came to these people. But that's what happened. So some of you, your parents was funded in some way, shape, or form to allow you to be in some type of program. Only you, though. It was clearly to research what you're here. Whatever it is coming out. They tried to hide it. Ooh. So, excuse me. So this tells me that some of you are multi-talented without realizing it. Now, the Sun card is kind of like on the fence. So what I'm getting from that is they didn't want this shit to come to light because that's what the Sun card means in it. Things being revealed, the light being shed on things, exposure. So they had to make it some type of false narrative to validate and cover up the abuse you will experience. But I tell you one thing, they've had a long road at this, so it is what it is, collective. So it's just like they convinced others and maybe family members, people in your environment, whether that be nursery, school, whatever the case may be. So it's like they kept pushing this narrative. You're insecure, you got low self-esteem. And you know when you keep hearing certain things growing up as a child, there's only a matter of time before you actually start to believe it. And then what's gonna happen then? That's what's gonna play out in your existence. And this is what these people is keeping you in. But at the same time, benefiting off the back of it. So the love and care you should have got was given to everybody else but you. Even from treatment, I'm talking birthdays, Christmas, holidays. You was deliberately given less than to make you feel less than, to keep you in that depressive state, or to basically bury your light and bury your creativity. He was a very creative individual. You had a lot of a lot of talents. But that's how they wanted you. They wanted you uninspired so that you couldn't have a quality of life at all. Their quality of life, it's like literally like for them to have a quality of life, you had to be down in the dumps kind of thing. So they had to keep some type of imbalance deliberately, and that's how they kind of like use control. So they would use like tactics, violence. Children should be seen and not heard. Multiple other things, but these were the main things. I also see that you got blamed for a lot of things that had nothing to do with you. And of course, you're going to defend yourself, but adults, narcissistic adults, like to single people out like that. Can I make them feel better? It strokes their ego. It gives them a sense of empowerment. So these are very weak, unhealed adult babies. Some of them's old as shit, to be honest with you. But through it all, he was still protected either way. But they're sorry now. Some of them's not even here to say it verbally, but I see that they left you something that you never got. For some of you, I have to say you were drugged as a child as well to keep you quiet. Or to keep you submissive. Some of you was trafficked. These people did this so that they could continue having fresh starts and opportunities and money. But through it all, you was always protected. For some of you, I'm seeing even. Do you know what? You may have spent many trips to hospital. These people tried countless times to unalive you. I'm even seeing somebody being abandoned somewhere. Somewhere they didn't know, like the middle of nowhere, somewhere you've never been before. Some way, somehow, you still managed to get back home. I don't think you went home at that point. I think what may have happened is the authorities got involved. Or they may have lied and said, oh, she ran away, I don't know where they are, type thing. Do you know what I mean? So they set these things up to push this narrative because they knew what the agenda they had in the background, which was the assets of these family members that they was planning to sacrifice. You was next on the list, might I add. Little do they know, the gifted members they took out, how, which way, shape, or form, these people wanted their gifts. Collective is passed to you. But there was some type of clause like, I don't know, you have to reach certain milestones or certain levels before these things are activated in you, or you have to be a certain age. Because these are very powerful gifts that in the wrong hands can be detrimental. The government are fully aware of this because they're also involved. I mean, that's what the government is. They're a covenant. There may be different establishments, but they're all on one accord. There's a lot, boy. Wow. And this is why. For some of you, they knew you had wealth since you was a child. So you should have it's like your life. You were set up for life, basically. But you never obtained none of it because they stole it. Sorry for laughing. I'm not laughing like that. I'm just laughing because this is wild. So you can only imagine the type of narrative that they was pushing. But they've cursed us off because of it, so it is what it is. And they still want to blame everybody but themselves. Well, the divine wants you to know that no good deed goes unpunished. You got religious family members, could be Christian, could be, what's the other one? Jehovah Wickedness, could be Muslim. But what I do know is they're at the bad end of it. But they're using these religious platforms, so to speak, as a guise for their dirty deeds and the shit they're doing with these moon cycles. But it was divinely timed that there was a deadline. This is why they never wanted certain family members to heal the bloodline, because these people benefited off the back of it. And they kept it hidden well. So they deliberately withhold information. For some of you have a passed over parents. For some of you, it could be both your parents. For some of you, you may only know one of your parents. That was strategically done. For some of you, these ain't even your family. Not all, but a few. This is just like a town of devil worshippers. Literally. Cold-hearted, ruthless. So everything in your life was mapped out, was strategically orchestrated. Yeah. But now whatever it was has been broken. Whatever you had to endure, you kind of cleared the bloodline. Yeah, these are people that are not spiritually enlightened. So if they're not spiritually enlightened and are of the church, what does that suggest? They're demonically enlightened? That's what I see. Some of these people I'm seeing in my mind's eye collective. You could see some of these people's inner demons. For some of you, you would see it manifesting in them. Like you could see their true identity. This is why they came for you so hard, because they didn't want this type of secret getting out. So this has been going on for a long time. Decades, I heard. Decades upon decades. For some of you, longer than that. Wow. Yeah, these are people that are not spiritually enlightened at all. They're just straight demonic. Spirit is saying, now you understand why certain family members that you knew as a child, all of a sudden, they stopped coming around. When you would ask, whatever family member it was would make up some bullshit and say, oh, it's a straight deflection. They'd either make up a lie, make up like that person did something, which some of them family members did make up lies about our family members. Try to do the same thing to them, and they awoken to it. Thirdly, straight deflection. Oh, they're crazy. Stay away from them. Exactly. I'm even seeing them in the mind's eye. A family member saw something or was given a vision about what was being done to them. They actually saw who it was, and they went to that person's abode Didn't come on no anger flex. I believe he was there collected, but how the story was related to you or how it was told was made to look as though this person came to harm the person in the home. No, they didn't. They said that to deflect. And what I see happening is because a lot of other members all said the same thing. The same thing they did back then is what they're doing now. Do you understand? And the funny thing is, they're now doing the same thing to you. So if you remember being told to stay away from certain family members because they're crazy, they're mental, they try to RAPE me. That was the catalyst. Do you understand? To get you to be in fear of encountering this individual, ever being near them. They did that because they knew this other person knew what he was up to. Do you understand? And it's so funny, collective. This is why the divine had to do it in the way he did, because this is so deep and so dark, so toxic, so evil, so abusive that had he revealed this all to you at one time, it would have blown your mind. It would have overloaded. It would have been too much. Too much. Now, those that know. Those that have done the work know exactly what I'm talking about. Those that are part of the targeted individuals know exactly what I'm talking about. Because we've all been through the same type of situations. Do you understand? But yeah. So they've made up that lie. Oh my days, collective. These are the family members that was a stranger and your family lied about the situation. They did the same to them, where they destroyed their families they destroyed their relationship with spell work. I'm actually seeing one of your family members' spouse confronted the attackers, and that pissed them off because they called them out. So they all worked together to make sure, because they knew that family member loved whatever partner it was. They possibly was even married, and these people didn't stop until they broke them apart. They did that to weaken them. Do you understand? For some of you, it's like the same MO. They then go on to the same way they doctored up false paperwork saying that this person is this, that, and the third to get them acquitted, institutionalized. And they're trying to do the same thing to you. Only this time, time's up. Do you understand? We're in a different era. And this is how you know it's the elder ones. So clearly up and never change to the spot. This is what they do. There's a community of them that do this. And then they all go to church to try and pray away their sins. Do you understand? And then find a sacrifice to swap out their karma with. For some of you, you even have insight on who they're trying to target next. It's not just you. There's been many. You know, collective. But I also know that you know that you've been guided to move in silence and not speak on certain things. But yeah, these are some evil, wicked ass people. For some of you, you can actually, when you're very intuitive, yeah, that person could look as innocent as a newborn baby. You can feel the darkness, you can feel the heaviness, and it's like it repels you. Do you understand? This is why they wanted you in some form of addiction. Do you understand? So that could be clouded. So that you would question your senses. Make that make sense. These are some. Mm, this is like worse than the lowest than the low. And that's before we even get started on the rest of the family, like the cousins, the sisters. You got a cousin that is despises you for no reason other than jealousy. Point blank period jealousy. She's also he or she's also involved. I'm hearing there's more than one. More than one. So they've been doing this your whole life behind your back, but yet they're ostracizing you. So that was all like a strategic game, yeah. Why did they do that, collective? Because they knew who you are. You was born a high priestess. Do you understand? Male or female, because remember, tarot is gender neutral. These people built businesses off of what they stole from you, mind. Wow. So many people got paid with what they stole. Do you know what? This is so bad. The best way I can describe it is laws will be changed because of this situation and because of how long they've been doing it. So that just confirms to collective, yeah, the whole system is corrupt. Because I'm telling you now, why would the government need to get involved with the community in that sense, especially the so-called poor community? Because it was all under the same, or they all swore to the same oath, the same demonic oath. So they're all part of the same clique. And they've been doing this shit for long. So it's like it's like maybe they've done it to too many people that was loners or had no family, and it started to look a bit, I don't know, suspicious. That's the right word I'm looking for. It started to look suspicious. So then they focus inwards more. It's like they would use their own family to sacrifice their own family because the rest of the family can collaborate and validate and lie under oath and purge themselves. But at the same time, nobody asked any questions. Nobody went and verified anything. So that should tell you anybody who signed off or gave permission, whether it be solicitors, judges, court clerks, they're all involved. Everybody got a portion. And then someone got paid to make it all go away or to keep it hidden. So I can only imagine these people are just trying to destroy evidence. Do you understand? Everything done in the dark always comes to light. Whether it be 10 years, 5 years, half a century, 80 years, makes no difference. Because in 2026, my collective is here to finish it and put an end to shit. Period. The same ancestors you took out, you failed to realize, yeah, they still reside within us. I walk 1,000 deep. This is what I tell people every day. I walk 1,000 deep. I'm not codependent to have the need to be around other people's energy to suck off them like a vampire. That's these people. They know it too. And that's why they hate you. Bitch ass. That's why they hate you. You figured it out. So every time you figured it out, They would try and attack you in some way, shape, or form. So they send in people to pursue you, but deliberately to keep you distracted, sidetrack you, abuse you, keep on a low frequency, whilst they make sure they bury what they need to bury and live off of what should have been yours. And they deliberately sent karmic individuals to you to make sure if you have children, any of these karmic individuals, they have access to your ancestral wealth because you had children with them. This is why the relationship never like it wasn't meant to, because that person was never aligned with you. That was done by your family to keep you trapped, to benefit them. But now, that's their existence. Everything they put you through, they're going to have to experience. They have no choice. No amount of stolen money, do you understand, can pay for their karma. Your ancestors said, blood for blood. Listen, I know, I get it. The divine says, vengeance is mine. These people try to turn you into an animal. These people are provocateurs. They deliberately provoke you relentlessly. They have been provoking you relentlessly. And then when you started to catch on or awaken a bit too much, they would then pay others to do it to you. They would do spell work on people, the closer people to you, they would do spell work on them individuals to make them turn on you or to make you feel like it was you. When all along it was these devil worshippers. But they got too greedy. They became complacent. They got too ahead of themselves. You understand? Or possibly whatever entities that they tried to send to others that were protected is on them. So that's like they have no control of what they're doing. But that's still not an excuse. The fact of the matter is, it starts with them, it started with them, and it ends with the chosen. Period. Can't stop, won't stop. Once you come to that realization, they wanted you to fly off the hammer. This is why I notice with some of these people, I'll give an example. Everybody has a right, especially legally as well, to know who both your parents are. Regardless if they stay together or not, regardless if that parent was in your life, you have a right to know who your parents are. That's your earthly right. For some of you, your parents deliberately lied to you about who one of your parents was. But the other siblings or the other family members, they knew. That was done deliberately to make you feel unwanted. Deliberately. And I noticed going through that made you it's like kind of like it gave you a gift to be able to resonate with others. So how can I say, you get like, say for instance, you're in school. Everybody's got families, yeah. For some reason, you had a gift of being able to see that because you've been through it, you can see the aftermath of it in other people. So you knew. So if you had a friend and they might have come from a family of 6 kids and they was the scapegoat of their family, you knew who these people were just from the aftermaths or the after effects of the traumas they'd experienced because it resonated with you. Does that make any sense? So they may have done a lot of things that you did. They may have there were certain characteristics that sent alarm bells. So you kind of knew. And you built up a little safety net with these individuals. When your family seen that, what do you think they did? They had to, what's the word? They had to tweak their rituals. And it's exactly how it is. One by one, These individuals just disappeared. Some of them even turned on you. For these people, it was entertainment for them. Is it say they was watching and they were sat in the movie, but you realize something at some point and you chose to, or you had enough. Do you understand? Or God said, yeah, sit there. The Ace of Cups in reverse. This landed on the Ace of Cups. So what does that tell you? That shit's blown up. So anything that let me say something. All the lies, anything built on faulty foundations, all the false narratives has been obliterated. Because guess what? You've rebirthed as an empress. Do your homework. These are things that you can actually research for yourself. And that's the thing. Nobody bothers to do that. I don't get it. But so when they wanted to go and steal identities and impersonate other people, or have jealous siblings wanted to be the so-called golden child, but yet no one wants to have to go through the work it takes to be crowned with that authority. Funny that. So you want the title without the work. Doesn't work like that. And no amount of money can pay for either, collective. Imagine. These people are trying to pay to have you taken out with your own abundance. Not only are they trying to have you taken out with your own abundance, they're trying to pay to have your destiny. That doesn't make any sense. Your destiny is yours. So if you messed it up, that's on you. This going to the karmic siblings, half siblings like that. Some of you is full siblings, some of you is half siblings. But I see clearly half siblings. And it's because their bloodline is tainted, I heard, and contaminated. But they've always had this secret animosity. I'm also seeing some of you may have had like an elder sibling. They've known for a long time, and I tell you why. Because they was older, maybe they was allowed around adults more than the younger ones were. Oh, and they did some snooping. They went creeping, so I kind of see it in like, say for instance, there's like a private family meeting at the matriarch's property. This older individual went snooping. And obviously these people are drinking, smoking. You know what it's like, innit? When you drink, and especially alcohol, you kind of get loud, innit? So she could hear everything. But she kept it to herself. Maybe didn't like what she, but they didn't say anything. So, to me, you're just as bad. And I think that's where the hidden animosity started to like brew and fester. And this is someone that probably had a better life than you anyway. So what are you jealous for? That's just madness. But yeah, this is people that always had you in some form of disagreement. They all wanted you in some type of disagreement. So it's literally like it was paying people to like make up lies, sabotage you, put you in predicaments. Sometimes fortunately too. But that can also happen collective when you're with the wrong crowd. Excuse me. So this is how this is another one of their strategies then, collective conflict. It's like he was always targeted, sidelined, picked on, singled out. And I'm quite sure that might have had quite a heavy impact on you. I seen that these people wanted to, I don't know why I heard this, hound you to death. So they was hoping with all what they was doing, you take yourself out. For some of you, that was said to you. That's evil. For some of you, you was even given the means to do so by a parental figure. For some of you, they even poisoned you too. They even set you up in some instances where they planted things on you. And obviously, if you're a child, what can you really who are you gonna believe? An adult or a child? You're gonna believe the adults, aren't you? Especially if they all go and be like, yeah, I saw this too. They said that. I'm a witness to that. Barefaced lies. They're all paying for it now, though, I promise you. Some of the people even went and had, with the money they stole, had money to change their appearance so they look more like you. For some of you, they was just jealous of every part of you. That's just weird. So they clearly don't love themselves, and it is what it is, isn't it? You can't help that. That's not a burden you should be carrying. It's like they wanted what motivates you. They hated your motivation. They hated your tenacity. They hated your. It's like they wanted to drain all the fight in you. So I see, collected, that you struggled a lot by yourself, might I add. Yeah, there was no one there for you. And that's when he was sending these fake counterparts to swindle you even more and leave you with some type of heartbreak. They was paid to do so. Well, they benefited in some way, shape, or form. Don't get it twisted, collective. Whether you are kids with these people or not, they are not exempt from karma. It is what it is. Just long as you know it's not on you. It's on the actions they took. And the allegiance they took oath to. That has nothing to do with the collective at all. It's like we put a dent in their criminal enterprise. So you know what? Some of these people may have even been laundering some of the stolen assets through like churches, fake businesses, food shops. I'm even seeing some of you may have had family members that now you get people that, how can I say that, like oh, they're like a freelance taxi. Yeah, that was another smoke screen. But yet though, filing fake taxes, but yet though, the hours they actually worked and the jobs they took don't match up with the wealth they had. Do you understand? So they probably pay people to cook the books for them in some way, shape, or form, or get people in their covenant affiliation. Do you understand? He was protected. This is why it's gone on for so long, collective. But the fact that you wouldn't let up, you kept going, you kept going, you kept going, you kept going. They really believe. So this just tell you how evil these people are, yeah. Because they know the damage they implemented on you to stunt your growth. That was all done deliberately. And then he just abandoned you. For some of you, that may have been the experience. For some of you, you may have, I don't know, been living somewhere else. Because I'm seeing estranged. Like you might have been estranged from your family, or you was always hopping from house to house. For some of you, you was raw thrown out your house. For some of you, you may have run away, but with good reason. Do you understand? For some of you, you may have been told, no one's going to believe you. So they already set the stage for that too. Obviously, so that should confirm to you, yeah, that he was out in the community planting all the seeds. So when you wasn't around, they was putting out their false narrative. So when wherever you were back around again, people may have been a bit standoffish, or certain places you wasn't welcome, or you didn't feel welcome in certain places. I'm hitting the nail on the head, innit? Someone's projecting some shit at me. I return it to you. I'm not the one to play with. I'm not playing with any of you people. Do you understand? The fact that you have to group up to come for one person speaks volumes on exactly who you cowards are. The cowards that like to play victim in chaos they created. But you're getting karma. I know some of you sick because you've been trying to send a sickness to my collective. We blessed. We big blessed. They don't know what you've stolen. And that also includes the majority of people. I'm saying the ones that stole our identity. The one trying to impersonate us. The one that's trying to mimic our characteristics at the same time trying to block the blueprint. You can't block the blueprint, boo-boo. Run out of money? No more people to pay? Or is it because you're being investigated? You're trying to set people up for crimes you committed because you used their identity. Same people, different day. Same people from the past, same abusive exes. Again, these people are a lot older than us collective. Isn't that strange? So imagine what was instilled in you as a child. Oh, maturities come with age. Have respect for your elder. That's some bullshit. How can you respect your elders when they don't respect themselves? Do you understand? They don't respect innocent lives. Do you know what? I can never wrap my mind around, because I've never felt like this. So for me to see these things and observe it, it doesn't resonate with me. I can never understand it at all. Parents that are jealous of their own children. So whatever they didn't heal from, that child bears the brunt of it. Where do parents get off? Do you know what? I've made some bad choices. Regardless if my shit was orchestrated or not, it is what it is, isn't it? But I would never even fathom even having that thought to do that to my child. Even if I did hate the kid's dad. Do you understand? They didn't ask to be here. Do you know what I mean? I don't get that. That's one thing I will never see with. Do you understand? And when it's your own family, it's even worse. How do you have that mindset? And then you abuse and try to unalive that child purely because you're seeing some type of memory in that child of for whatever reason happened with the dad. Like, I don't get it. Like, you've chose that individual. But in sometimes I think to myself, oh, even if what was done to us was done to them, collective. Just like how we got the call in, they would have too. They could have turned that around for themselves, but they chose to stay in it. Do you understand? You cannot put that on your offspring. You can't do that. Especially the ones that use their child for a cash cow. So that's like saying basically, you bore a child for money, for assets, not out of love. And it's weird because the older I've gotten, it's literally like people having kids for a bank balance. I kid you not. It's madness. And once you're aware of the spiritual implications, it's curtains for you. Because you're going to pay for that shit. Of course, the divine's going to left you with your own devices. But he will still try and speak to you along your journey, man. It's up to you if you choose to hear it or not. Do you understand? It's just like, I'll give you an example. I'm realizing now, yeah, trigger warning. It's coming to my recollection because I'm seeing like this, yeah. All right, maybe back in their days, like your parents' day and age, yeah, they might not been good for like contraception. I get it, fair enough. But in this day and age, oh hell no. This is what I saw. You have certain people in your family, and this is clearly obviously what they do in it. This must be a part of this organization's terms and conditions. Yeah. This is what I saw. Do you know what you cannot say it the way you receive it. I get it. Because you can't just, I know you can't even speak freely. What I'm going to say is some of your family members are a walking cemetery, are a walking, living cemetery. It's all good to have one, two mistakes. But when it's like 12, 13 abortions, what's really going on? No, boo. That's how some of you was financing yourself. Mm? Sacrificing fetuses. Mm-mm. The fact that it was growing, the fact that it was born in your belly. I'm not talking like when you give birth to it after 9 months. I mean, once that thing has a heartbeat, it has a soul. That's madness. I can be honest now. I've only had an abortion once in my life ever, and I was really, really young. I didn't have a clue about anything, and in all honesty, I was kind of like pressured into it, but at the same time, I kind of saw why because I had my first daughter and I wasn't taught, even though I looked after my siblings, got to remember they're kids. I never was taught how to look after a baby. So I had to learn everything from scratch. And I thought to myself, I knew I didn't want to make a child suffer, probably because I was out of my league. Basically, how can I have a child under 2 and then have another one by myself? It's not going to work. So I kind of get it, but I kid you not, collective, because I was so young. I was even 20, and that haunted me. I had the deep inner knowing, and I really believed that God was punishing me. I swear to God, I believed I was going to be punished. I don't know where these beliefs came from, but that's what I felt. Because it felt deeply wrong, but at the same time, I didn't want to bring another life into this world when I was learning how to look after the first one. Does that make any sense? I couldn't do it. So those people out there, do you understand? That are going 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Do you understand? Take precautions. There's multiple precautions you can take. There's not an excuse, but some of you do it deliberately. And then you wonder why your body's sick now. That's why. Do you understand? I get it can happen on accident. I get it. I even get that sometimes contraception don't work. But at the same time, there's always the after precaution. So there's not an excuse. And them things have been around for decades, so that's not an excuse. Do you understand? I'm not even proud of the fact that I had one abortion. Do you understand? But that haunted me. Literally. Haunted me. And I felt so bad. Literally. It's like I felt I deserved to be punished. I don't know why I thought that. And then there's these people doing it willy nilly. Like, are you mad? And the fact that you're sacrificing it is one thing if you get pregnant, yeah, and your body ain't ready or it ain't your time, so be it. It is what it is. But you're deliberately doing that to your body for financial gain. I know that for a fact because I've observed it myself. One person I'm not so sure on, but the other one definitely. Definitely. 'Cause I'm seeing a pattern recognition of when I heard the news and all of a sudden you've done a procedure. There's always like a time window. Do you understand? So to me, that's deliberate. Deliberate. Not 12, 13. You're taking the piss. Do you understand? But you're paying for that too, because I guarantee you, those fetuses are haunting your clock. Let me tell you. That's wrong on every level. I don't give a damn. Don't get me wrong, I would never hold grudges by people that do that, but not my cup of tea. If you can do that to something that didn't ask to be here, I can only imagine what you could do to someone that you hated. It's true, I don't care. Yeah, these people are in grief. They're in grief because you're speaking up. They're in grief because the truth's coming up. Yeah. I told you again. So these people was determined to like have you seen in a certain light. These people that want to kill your determination. You gotta be very careful. You see, what you wish for someone is what you wish for yourself. That's how I look at things. I would look at things as what goes around comes around. The reason why these people have been evading some type of karma is probably because for a lot of you was unaware. They was doing these things behind your back. This is why whenever you was around them, have you noticed you can never be around certain people for too long? Could they start flipping out or trying to cause arguments for no reason, just out the blue? This is why. Because that dark spirit is kung fu panda in that ass. You understand me? And they can't contain it. And the conscience of what they've done, knowing who you are, knowing the gifts you have, you just wasn't looking at them in that light. Do you understand? Or maybe you wasn't awakened enough, or whatever the case may be. But yeah. And so guess what's happening to them now? They're having to live with a lack of determination. They have a lack of forward movement. For some of them, they can't even think straight. For some of you, they're being haunted. It's like they wanted to fit a position they wasn't qualified for. They just wanted the stats of it. These people thought they could just fake it till they made it. For some of you, they've been, plagiarizing you, I'd say. You got people out there blatantly impersonating you. You got people in your community, probably with the exes, or it could even be an ex. I'm getting both, that are trying to impersonate you. Isn't that weird? But they wanted you to hate being you. Make that make sense? These are the kind of people living in society that present themselves in a way where you would never expect them to be that type of individual. I'm here to give you some news. They've been doing that. And they get off on the fact of people's naivety. They'll even do things like slip up a little just to see if you catch it. And when you don't, They double down on that shit, let me tell you. Then I'll have the little meetings and they all have a laugh about it at your expense collective. Yeah, that's what they do. They love doing that shit. But the minute you stepped into your role, the minute you stepped into your spiritual rank, it was a wrap. Because for some of you, they're claiming that you're mentally incompetent. For some of you, they said you're a drug dealer. For some of you, they said you're a prostitute. Some of them said that you was their what you call it? What's that word? Their trick. For some of you, they even said you're strung out on drugs and alcohol. Collective. Nobody went and checked or verified it. Oh no, they just got in a few more fly monkeys, threw in a couple of X's, paid them to facilitate this false narrative. Now they're homeless, busted, and disgusted. Not only that, they've cursed themselves. Someone once said to me, what's the karma for stealing someone's spiritual inheritance? It varies, isn't it? I'm not the judge of that. The creator judge of that. Or should I say the ancestors? Because they, once they get a go ahead from the divine, it's a wrap. So now I understand the meaning of we don't wrestle with flesh and blood, we wrestle with powers and principalities. These are people that would always try and deflect from your greatness, downplay your ideas, belittle your achievements, your accomplishments, change the subject even, not acknowledge it. That was all a strategic plan also. And it was their own conscience biting them really. Some of them that's the contract they took. These are the same people, Mike. They're out there playing victim. Yeah, that want to continue to keep you restricted from your own life. Now, I'd understand if an individual was, I don't know, unhinged, running through the streets naked, maybe living in squalor. But no. Some of you may have had issues with these substances or whatever the case may be. I know I did. I can say it wholeheartedly. I have no shame for my past at all. Because I know who got me here. And it definitely was not the people I was around. By the grace of God. But for some of you, you come from this is your this is like the bloodline curse, isn't it? However it happened, whatever they did to accumulate this, well, you have to find out because for everybody it's different in it. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that they never answered the call, and it is what it is, isn't it? But you cannot condemn someone else who chose to fight for their bloodline. Do you understand? And the fact that a lot of you are fully aware of what your ancestors had to endure. Like, I've seen snippets, but I'm not trying to be funny, but it is hurtful. It's like it's like when you look at it and you see and you read things, even when you see the images of it. For some of you, you're intuitive that you can actually put yourself in that time frame. So you can feel the pain they was going through. You can feel what they endured. And you think they did all that for you to be on this earth? and sell your soul to the devil. Make that make sense. I really think that shit's gonna fly. So you rather have your ancestors in bondage whilst you benefit of sacrificing other people rather than doing the work it takes to become a better individual, higher consciousness. Do you understand? Not only that, raise the frequency of the earth. If you raise the frequency of people, what think's gonna happen? Shit will change. So to me, I think people that choose to be in darkness should be. We should be on 2 different planets. I don't give a damn. I said it. We should be on 2 different planets. But yeah, they want you restricted. For some of you, they've been restricting you strategically. That also gives me like coven ties. Yeah, these are people that's meant to love you. They want to put a death to your love life. They want to put a death to your transformation. They didn't want no one to show you love. This is also why they've been pushing these false narratives. Here comes the sun. Doo, doo, doo. Here comes the sun. And I said, it's on. Shit. Spirit, can you please tell me, I can already know the answer to it, I felt it already. Is any of my karmic family members that betrayed me hiding in my chat now, Spirit? Yes or no? Is any of my karmic family members that betrayed me hiding in my live chat now, Spirit? Yes or no? Look how quick that started swinging. That's a yes. What else can I ask? What can I ask them? Spirit, are they receiving karma? Are these people receiving karma? The ones that have been abusing my collective. Are they receiving karma, Spirit? Yes or no? Yeah. I already knew it anyway. You see, when you project like evil eye, you sit there and you badmouth someone that's done nothing. That's why I'm blessed. Because I'm innocent. They didn't want anyone to be committed to you. This is why they had to try and tarnish your name. Especially your family, and I tell you why. Because once people are around you, they can feel your healing energy. It gives them a sense of safety and security. Have you ever noticed some people you go around, you feel uncomfortable, you feel on edge? Look at that. That's a telltale sign. So what so many people like to do is they like to bombard you with questions to deflect because they're so worried. Well, they've done so many fucked up things, yeah. They're not sure if you're aware or if you pick something up or if you're playing them out there, playing them out their own game. So what they will do is they will bombard you with questions, but they kind of do it in a way where it's like they don't give you a chance to answer the first one, then they ask you another one. And does that make any sense? That's all part of their strategy too. And at the same time, they're trying to siphon something from you. But yeah, there's a depth to this anyway, period. Yeah, because you're awakened. So your job is to awaken others, enlighten others on how to step into their own divinity. That's if they choose to. Do you understand? But it's their free will. These are people that know what you're destined for, or have illegally looked into it without your consent and decided that they want it for themselves. Oh, they don't deserve it. I do. This is why the ancestors chose who they chose. That shit was set in stone. I mean, you tried to destiny swap, that shit backfired. You don't hold that type of energy. You don't harness that type of essence. Because you're not aligned with it. You might do that demonic manifestation, but spiritually, you gotta rank yourself through that shit. There's levels to this shit that you didn't complete. You might be able to pay your way to steal it in the past, but we're built from a different cloth over here, boo boo. Looks is deceiving, I know. Never judge a book by its cover. And this is why they want to have people that are imbalanced. Yeah. So these are people that want you to have, I'm getting this two ways, they want you to have no creativity. They were trying to stop your progress in some way, shape, or form. They didn't just do this spiritually, they've done this illegally. So I don't know if it's through some type of court system where they've gone and made filed some type of fraudulent court claim, got other people to also jump in on this line to keep you from your own abundance. May that make sense? You don't have no authority. This is why some of these people have fraudulently either impersonated you or they put in some type of false marriage. That's why they want to burn paperwork, because we could always smell them burning. For some of you, they even went as far as trying to marry you spiritually without your consent. You're breaking you're violating spiritual law. That shit's not gonna fly. It's now been null and voided. The Most High makes sure you desecrated that. You're just mad because you couldn't steal our passion. You couldn't steal our passion. You couldn't keep us down. You couldn't make us submissive to be a slave. For some of you, they wanted you to be a sex slave for their little cult. I have to just say it like it is, collective. I'm not sugarcoating anything. It is what it is. Take it as it resonates. You got family members that are perverts. Yeah, you got family members that are perverts that have been preying on you. You even have family members, trigger warning, that have tried to essay you. And you spoke on it too. You may not have reported it to the authorities, and is there any wonder why? They don't do shit. Because they are a covenant too. I'm seeing more dirty authorities than I am good authorities. But I still have faith that there are some good ones out there. It's like they make sure that all the crooked ones get drafted over to whatever part of the world you live or part of the town you live in. Does that make any sense? Yeah. For some of you, you got police actually trying to frame you for shit too. They tried to set you up as well. They had a hand in trying to set you up. They was paid. Some of them was paid to turn a blind eye. Some of them was paid not to file your report, even investigate it. They've been doing that for a long time. So even in itself, in that sense, collective, you a millionaire, you're not, that you? Because this miscarriage of justice goes way back. I'm not sure how long the court system, how far back the court system can go, but I'm seeing a lot of injustices. Some of them they didn't even investigate. The ones that they did actually had proof on it. Yeah. And if you notice, all of a sudden it was just dropped out the blue. This is why. But some of these people are not only in this coven, they're acting like they're street people. You got people in the chat that's paid informants. Yeah. And it's funny, collective, because when I hit the nail off the head spot on, I see them disappear. It's like, oh my God, she's called it out. It's like they've got to go back and take a breather. And then they come back on my live and they hide incognito. Yeah, there goes another one. But yet they want to tell the community, oh, they're lying. Don't believe them. This is why they've been attacking your platforms, hacking your devices, trying to get your content blocked, even paying people on these social media platforms, yeah, for whatever position they hold. These covenants are paid these people to suppress your content. And what they want to steal from it, they will steal from it. What exposes them, they don't want that to be seen. Because at some point, it's going to match up with what somebody else has either experienced from you people or observed with their own two eyes. This is why they were trying to get you sectioned. Because you know too much. You see too much. You're solving, you know what you're doing collective? You're solving the crimes committed against your ancestors as well, like past loved ones, as well as your own crime. You understand? You didn't want that. For some of you, they was trafficking you against your without your consent. So I don't know what narc was an ex. This is an ex narc, an ex partner that was paid to pursue you, mind. Yeah, it is paid to pursue you. They had hacked into your devices and was actually watching you and listening to you. Your family too. I'm seeing a step parent, stepfather. You got a stepfather. I have to say it like it is. Who's a Mason? He's a covert PDF. Mm. He possibly may have spiritually molested you too. Our uncle. I'm seeing an uncle too. I'm seeing cousins as well. Hmm. Some of you may even have a brother. Could be older, could be younger. Everybody's different. But I know that's a fact. That is hiding weird feelings towards you. And the fact that you look at your sibling like that is you need therapy. These are people that have used the collective, harmed the collective, including their children, to place themselves in a position they're trying to maintain today. But they want the world to believe they earned where they are fairly. Clock that to you. That's the biggest lie ever going. These are people who are probably even obtain businesses off what they stole from you. For some of you, they even stole your ideas. For some of you, that's what they do now. They're in your comments, probably screen recording, to literally regurgitate your messages, mine, but then act like they got the downloads. Bitch, you didn't. Male or female, you're still a bitch. They've been doing that. Especially if they will come with some fake marriage document, but you're in a whole relationship with a third party. What are you talking about? What are we doing here? Quite a few of them out there. You see in this little cult that they're in, they're into what's the word again? They're heavy into polyamorous. They wanted you part of their stable. Yeah. So if you have an X and the new supply, that's heavily attacking. I'm watching you too. And think the same lies this person told to you about their ex, they're telling to the new supply about you. And they're also confused about their sexuality. They're also down low. They're also walking around with some type of either as a sex demon or an incurable STD. But what I can say is they're infected. They're rotten from the inside out. Family members, some family members too, because they wish death on you. They wish certain diseases on you. So that's what's manifested in their reality. Yeah, luck's on your side. They couldn't change your luck. For some reason, and it's in the upright, so luck's on our side. For some of you, they were trying to have you seen. Now, usually in other decks, this would mean like overburdened. But I'm getting they wanted you deemed, or they tried to deem you as like irresponsible. They probably made out like they're your caregiver. They definitely haven't been doing that. That's a fact. And the reason why they did that is because clearly proof beyond a reasonable doubt is not actually the case. Like I said, no one verified anything, nobody confirmed it. So if everybody along that list just took the lies for what it was and ran with it, that tells you something. They're all involved in the cover up because they got paid in some way, shape, or form. They probably got a little bit extra. Like maybe even some free what do you call it? Free sexual escapades. I'm money, I'm seeing. Somebody on their knees. Who's the throat goat in the clique? I heard there's a throat goat. I just heard someone say they like it hitting their esophagus. Is it older than a minute? Your esophagus. Isn't that not the little dangly? No, it's the bit where your throat. Oh, so that's kind of like hearing it. You go, girl. You got this. Each to their own. But don't tire the people with the same breasts. I don't flex like that. Okay. For some of you, that's the only asset you have. Oh, so these are male and female Jezebels then. So that's what they run with. So they're very sexualized. So I'm getting around different individuals is like they got a different mask for different situations. I'm also seeing that someone again they like to portray others who they are. So I'm getting a lot of projection. For somebody, hold on a minute. So not only exes, I'm seeing family members, even parental figures, paying for rituals to try and have some type of sex entity attached to you. Again, they're being watched in the physical, so I'm seeing this as they're trying to do this in the spiritual. But you're covered. You're covered. Some of you, before you actually put the boundaries up spiritually, I'm seeing for some of you, you got an ex under new supply. Some Sarah secretions witch, kitchen witch. This is someone who looks like a 10-year-old who tried to come into your dream state and seduce you with the ex, like they tried to double team you. And you fly kick that ass. But they can't do this no more. Because your boundaries is up. Now these are people that believe that they believe they own you. So when was we selling humans? When was we selling people? Because from the last time I looked, we're in 2026, not 4000 BD or AD after Christ. Yeah. And this kitchen witch has gotten her friends to also tag on. I'm also seeing she's probably got her mother involved, whether it be their mother or even kids. But you do have someone out here. I'm not sure if they sacrificed the child, but there's a child out here that doesn't belong to the person they're with. Nasty. Yeah, these people no defense. None whatsoever. So this is someone that may have been putting on some lies, probably making filing false reports, even doctoring up, I don't know, it'd be paperwork or fake messages. It's all been fake and now being found out. Yeah, this Queen of Pentacles. This is the kitchen witch. She ain't caring. She's a liability. This is someone who gives a new meaning to the word pathological liar. So literally, this warlock met his match. Oh, she's his karma. Yeah. We standing exactly who we are. Ain't nothing gonna change there. And people can see it. It doesn't matter who you pay to try and slander, sabotage. We're always gonna rise. And the fact that you people had to group up to bully one individual just confirms who we are and who you're clearly not. So I'm seeing whether it be a family member or these exes and the new supply, that's impersonating a collective. DNA don't lie. Do you understand? DNA doesn't lie. Maybe these coven or a particular coven found out that these people was lying, fabricating things, even what's the word? Administrating like fake documents, fake receipts, all of that shit. So you kind of led people to the slaughter. You basically led people into destroying themselves over a lie. It wouldn't be so bad if it was the truth, because at the end of the day, that's free will, in it. But you lied to get people to get on board. You lied and you paid people, or you lied to people to get help, whatever the case may be, and it's backfiring. They want answers. And the creator saying collective, do you know what? If anybody would have come and asked, you would have told them. But nobody did. So that should tell you one of two things. This is what they wanted to believe, or they have something to gain from it. So really and truly, people are showing who they truly are already. Because more people than you think was fully aware of what was going on and what was being done to you. For some of you, amongst a little crew, they boasted and bragged about the crimes they committed against you. You got exes out here that was bragging about raping in you, like they was entitled to, even though they're in a whole nother marriage. They thought they could do this whenever they wanted. These are the kind of twisted individuals in society. masquerading as a pillar of the community. And you was the sacrifice. So they was paid pursue you. Sorry, they was paid to seduce you, pursue you, get you to let your guard down. For some of you, this may be harsh, but I have to just tell it like it is. You was never even their type. That's how disgusting some of these individuals are. Whatever family member orchestrated this, they did this deliberately to hurt you and destroy you. For some of you, they even slept with your family members too. Mm-hmm. Male and female. Friends too. Well, ex-friends. These people, boy. These people collective. Mm. But I want judgment for my mother, what you did to my mother and my grandmother. Some of you even had family members. You would have been around the ages of, I would say, 7, 8. Some of you can maybe remember overhearing a conversation. A family member came from another country because I don't know if they had a dream or some type of download about what was being done to you. They didn't like it. They flew all that way to take you away from that because they want to give you a better life. And your parents refused. Considering they didn't want you, that's another thing. And how they were treating you anyway. They said no because it was benefiting off of the abuse she was enduring. That's sick. That is really sick. And if that has happened to any of my collective, I understand. You understand? But clearly, God loves you. They may not have loved you, but God definitely loves you. Do you understand? 'Cause if they had their way, collective, you wouldn't have lived this. You wouldn't have lived past your childhood. Some of you are gonna be giving back your memories that I'm seeing it is probably like a very disturbing memory that something was done to you. For some of you, this is kind of like what made you shut down mentally. So you just, in the best way possible, is like you just numbed your senses. Like you would just kind of go into like a trance. That's bad, and that's bad. That is really bad. Hold on, I thought I heard the door. Fuck about. Sorry, collective. Saddy collective. Saddy, saddy, saddy. Saddy, saddy, saddy. Collective. Collective. I was joking. Sorry, collective. I had to. It was the door, actually. It was a mail and a parcel. I had to sign for it, though. I had to sign for it. So, yeah. But anyway, also, yeah. One thing I will say is, you found sanctuary, 4 of Swords. The minute you answered that call, however it's where it came for you, collective, I can honestly tell you that you made the right call. It may not have felt like it at the time. You made the right call. What I will say is, between then and now, for some of you, it's been a couple of years. For some of you, considering it may have been going on, you may have been having certain experiences your whole life, the wake up call was 2019. From then until now, for some of you, the times may vary or the dates may vary. I'm sensing you peep game at a Pacific family member's funeral. But you kind of just put it to the back of your mind. But the time what you know, you were spot on. Everything you was feeling, you were spot on. They were scheming then. Imagine that. How can you scheme at another family member's funeral? Do you know what I'm getting, collective? That family member, the last family member's funeral that you attended, is like you had a deep inner knowing that something wasn't right. They were sacrificed. Wow. Their own family was when they orchestrated it. It's like they tortured them in their last days, I'm seeing. For some of you, the same family members was their carer. So, of course, wow. And this is what's eating some of these people up right now. Because they know what they did. They know what they took. And this is why they're using substances, yeah. The fact that you know, the fact that you chose to just cut them off and just go your separate ways, you don't care. That's what's eating these people alive. It's like they wanted to give you all the excuses under the book to come at them with some type of anger or vengeance for what they did. Because they knew you was going to find out that they lied to you. Life insurance fraud. This is where an ex was used to steal from you. And that's after that. Did the family member pay an ex to sleep with them? If you did, good for you. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Do you understand? Whoever paid whatever ex it was, yeah? Are they that jealous? They've done this before, mind. They've done this before, but you're finding out now. What I will say is, they must have been, either it was going on for a period of time, or whoever this family member is, they wanted more, or they was hoping it was going to lead to some type of budding romance, possibly. So clearly they're not that bright. Why would you want a relationship with somebody that will pay you for sex knowing you're the ex of their other family member. So I think this is a family member that obviously you've done this before. So what it is, some of you, you know who you are, collective. Your energy is divine. Your energy is healing. Some of you are a healer. You have many different traits, but I think the main specific one is your healing abilities. When I get that feeling, I won't say, You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's funny, actually. It's like you blow people's mind without even realizing it. This is why people become obsessed. But they have fear of telling you because they have an inflated sense. They have an inflated sense of ego. They just feel that if they tell you, then you're gonna act the same way. Why do people love to judge others by their own standards? I don't get it. I really don't. I ain't got time to. I'm being honest. Do you understand? I think. Do you know what I see? I see when people are not used to genuinity, authenticity. I can understand. I will never condone it though. Do you understand? Because I'm a strong believer of when someone consistently shows you the same character, why would you dispute it? It's madness. See, this tells me that these people have been doing it for so long, they've lost their own sense of self because they know everything about them is fabricated and built off a lie. Do you understand? And then you got the little cronies too to validate this lie. So I'm not surprised they're pointing fingers. How do they know that? Someone in a cat. Someone in a cat. Someone's got cats. Someone in a cat ratted. Wouldn't you like to know? Someone has cats. Maybe there's a cat person out here. So someone has cats, or someone was using cats to their advantages in the sense of when the sport was backfiring because they had certain animals around them, it would hit the animal and not them. So basically, it was sacrificing their own animals to avoid being hit. You're evil. Evil. And the funny thing is, collector, I'm not going to lie. Side note, I've observed, I just haven't said anything, but there's a few individuals that I've observed myself and I've been told of, but I never go on what I've been told of. I go on what I observe. Do you understand? But anyway, that all of a sudden, only of lately, they want to pick up animals, but cats specifically. Now I know why. Once I know the spiritual meaning, and I get it purely because I notice for some reason, anywhere I go and there's any kind of even squirrels, they come and take the food out of my hand. It's so cute. But anyway, even this morning, I was going out to throw out the bins, and there's a lady that walks her dog every morning. But for some reason, I don't like that when owners. That makes me feel that you're biased and you're prejudiced and you're racist. Because if my dog wants to greet you because it can sense your good energy, I'm not going to yank my dog from you. Do you understand? From you not have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. Do you understand? But that's what I see. Not all, but there's a few. And I don't like it. I think it's wrong. Do you understand? The dog's only doing what a dog does. The dog's not stupid. A dog will tell you first who an individual is before any human would, unless you're gifted. This is why so many people don't have dogs. Because the dog's going to know they're the evil motherfuckers, whereas the cat is kind of different. Do you understand? But at the same time, a cat is the one that will absorb that negative energy, whatever's been sent spiritually. I'm saying, because I always wanted a dog, but we're not allowed to have dogs in here. I do. I always wanted a dog, a small one though. I've not got space for a big one, but I've got a lot of green where I live. Do you know what I mean? There's woods over there. There's woods to the left, woods to the right, woods up the hills. So, do you know what I mean? It's not like I don't have the greenery. I just don't have an actual garden, a private garden. But I would love a dog. Love a dog. Maybe I need to move premises. I should, innit? I want a dog. 'Cause I looked after someone's dog one time, yeah. So, and I thought, I cried actually, not gonna lie, I cried. I didn't even know the dog, and the minute the dog see me, it took to me. But that was only a couple of years ago. And I tell you what I'm trying to say to you now is this is before I became fully aware. But I now know the reason why the dog was acting so clingy was it was trying to protect me. It could sense the negativity around me and shit that's been projected towards me before I was actually aware of it, and it was trying to protect me. When I tried to give it back, it wouldn't leave. I kid you not, the dog would not leave. When I get back to the owner, it's like the dog wanted to fight the owner, and I fought, and he was like, "Oh, what did you do to my dog?" Nothing. You asked me to look after a dog. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause he was moving from property to property, and you never really had anywhere for it to stay, basically. So you would try to leave it in a car, and I said, "There's no way in how I'm gonna walk away leaving that dog in a hot freaking car. That's evil. Even that I'm calling RSPC, I don't give a damn. I will call RSPC on your ass. No." So anyway, I said, let me look after her. And I did. It was a Residian Ridgeback. The dog was huge. And it was only like, I think it was about less than a year. But for her age, she was huge. And considering he didn't really train her, I think she just knew. Because I'll be honest with you, I loved having her, don't get me wrong. 'Cause she wasn't no problem. Wasn't used to the period business though. But we dealt with that, do you know what I mean? But anyway, she was never on her own. 'Cause we was always together, do you know what I mean? I took her where I went. The only time I had to leave her was when I did my courses, like my educational course. It was literally for before you start saying anything, TikTok, YouTube, it was barely for 2.5 hours. Do you understand? And I was just there and back. And that's the only time I left her. TikTok, chat, this dog howled. Even if I went to the shop, I would still bring her. That's how deep it is. Like, Lee became instant best friends. And I still miss it to this day because I'm so used to having her walk behind me. Do you know what I mean? Or if I go into the bathroom, she'll come and peep to see what I'm doing to make sure I'm okay, type thing. But you couldn't come near me. If you came near me in any type of like rush type of energy, she would go for you. And at one point, I was scared, thinking, do I need to get a muzzle because I don't want her to bite anybody? Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I had to give her back here. I swear she was crying. I don't know where this person was moving to. What do you know? This little girl came back. I don't know how, from wherever he moved to. I don't know. But she found me. She obviously couldn't get in the block. But I remember I was going out somewhere and I could hear her barking. And I'm thinking, I know everybody that lives in the area. So I know most of the animals around here. And I thought, let me just throw this bin out. She was outside on the steps. But I wasn't allowed to have her because the neighbor, that's what I'm saying, they're wicked. You can have cats, but not dogs. And I believe the reason why she told the council was purely because she asked to see the dog. Yeah, because I like animals. This I know the woman's a witch. She's an evil witch, and I tell you why. Usually, even if the post comes, yeah, or I get a parcel and I open the door, she'll come to the door and greet the postman. Fine. If you knock the door, of course she's gonna bark. When I open up the door to let the neighbor see her in the passageway, she started growling. She didn't like wag the tail. No, she didn't. She just looked at her. And I was like, and I knew. I just didn't say anything. She was going, "Oh, what'd you say?" The size scared her. Bitch, stop lying. You an evil demon. Dogs ain't stupid. Do you understand? Dogs and cats are a different way of letting you know what's going on. Do you understand? But anyway, yeah, and I remember I had to phone him and bring her back. I hope she didn't run away again because, like I said, I started doing a lot of courses after that. So I was always out the house. Most days out of the week, I was at the house. Do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping, but yeah, this woman, evil bitch, she reported it to the council. But it wasn't like I was leaving the dog, making the dog bark. Do you understand? I believe she didn't want to be exposed by the dog, but it was too late because you asked to see the dog. You did it on purpose because had it been a small dog, they wouldn't have said anything. But because the dog was big, it's not allowed apparently. And that's what they said to us. So I knew it was her because they mentioned about the size of the dog. And I said, I'm not the owner. Somebody's moving, and whilst they're moving, they didn't want to have to be logging a dog in and out in the hot, hot sun. Do you understand? They need to just move from one place to the next, then come for yeah. So I had the dog for almost a week. And then this lady reported me to the council. But yeah, anyway. These people, here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Yeah, these are people also collective from your family, even friends as well that you've obviously supported. Don't get me wrong, you have ups and downs with friends, but for the most part, you've always been a more caring one in the sense of you don't give to receive, but you've always been for these people. You've literally, I would call it blind loyalty. Do you understand? Like you had their back and it was not reciprocated. And that's fine because you live and you learn in it. Do you understand? But these are the same set of people now that want to be a part of your fresh start and your new beginning. These are the same people now that whatever part they played in this plot and this plan against your life, yeah, they're regretting it. They're going through their own misfortunes because of it. For some of you, they wish certain things on you or they put money together to pay for some type of ritual to make you have a heart attack, cancer. Some of these people was trying to send the energy of some type of STD, like the H to the I to the B. It is what it is. Those that do that, what can I really say? I have nothing to say. I just give it to God. Do you know what? Oh, 111 666. And I was going from 6 to the 8. That was just being 6 a minute ago. And I was saying maybe the numbers 866 are relevant and 111 is relevant, possibly. But yeah. And these secret covens. You'll be surprised at the amount of people that have joined some type of secret society just for some type of status. It's literally like these are what I would call bottom of the barrel bums. Because if that's what your claim to fame is, that you set someone else, frame someone else, and stole from someone else to get where you are, like you stole something from someone else, I don't rate that or respect that at all. And I quite happily not be involved with energies like that. Definitely not. But these are the kind of videos that are in the community. And it's funny because I encountered a few the other day. I acted like I didn't see them because I really don't care. But the way their eyes widened and they like the way they did the U-turn, I'm surprised they didn't crit their neck and bust their ankle. That's how deep it was. You know? Because we know, the aisle you're going down. The way when they see me coming through the door and it was in an open space, so they couldn't have missed me. Do you understand? The way their eyes went, I had my phone, but I can still see. I can see. The way they did a U-turn and how quick it was, I wouldn't surprise me if they cricked their neck and busted their ankle. How fast they move. Do you understand? That's guilt. Yamming at their soul. Oh, look at my friend, the sun. That's my ancestor. Let me just close that so that you can. Or should I just leave the sun glaring? So yeah, this is what these people do: good, bad, or indifferent. And the thing about it is, so many people you've never met a day in your life, but they've what's the word? They bared false witness to these lies and these false narratives, and they did this profusely. So they also helped the collaboration of basically trying to ruin your reputation, and it's all to keep their dirty secrets of what this organization do because we figured them out. We worked it out because they did it. They did it to too many people. Do you understand? That is not aware of how much we know. This is why they're stalking our platforms collective. We ain't stupid. Yeah, we're in the stars. You know, we're aligning with more like-minded individuals. It's literally like the divines. If it's where you want to look at divines leading you to your soul tribe, your true soul tribe, or your soul tribe is being guided to you. I love how that sun's coming through the light like that. How it just came out of nowhere. What is the date today anyway? Hold on. What's the date? What's the date? Oh. 10/10. Do you know dates get put differently in it? And it's so funny. One, two, how did numerology in it? You know the synchronicity of numbers? 222. Yeah. There's a message in that. And that's kind of like what your job is. Well, not your job, but that's what you're contracted to do, some of you. Yeah, these people can no longer restrict you. Oh. It's like because they can't restrict you or manipulate your mind, that's put them in the Eight of Swords. That's put them in the 8 and the 9 of Swords. So that's sleepless nights, anxieties, nightmares. Because some of you, I don't know why I just saw this. Is someone trying to find some type of way to approach you, but not in the 5D though, or masquerade as somebody else to try and trick you? I'm getting this. You got a couple of exes, not one. I think you got 2. That was very abusive, might I add. And it's like one wants to claim some type of right of passage because they did the most damage. What kind of sick, twisted, demonic skin suit business is this, collective? Please tell me. Do you agree, collective? I know I'm not the only one. Because I'm logical and rational, and this here isn't rational. Do you know what I'm saying? Isn't rational. They've broken every law known to man. For some of you, they even had someone helping them in this fraud and this theft by basically giving them not much of the cheat code, but kind of like what they have to bypass in order to steal something from somebody else. You know, so this is like a team effort. Everybody had a role to play in attacking my collective at every angle, relentlessly. They even had people in place to pick up the pace once one lot of people got tired. Does that make any sense? To kind of keep this shit going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. You'll notice yeah. They don't want to go through this financial loss, but it's theirs, collective. It's not yours. Do Do you know what I mean? They stole from you. The only reason why they want to come back here is one of two things. They want to try and use your energy to shield them from karma and then throw you under the bus and finish the job. Yeah. There's arguments about you not being stuck and them being stuck. So basically, it's like the universe is reversing their roles. The collective is going to be pushed to where they should have been and reclaim all what was stolen from them. And these karmic ass people, these pathetic, sad, petty, evil, nefarious skin suits are being put right back where they should be. I just heard they've been put back where they started. With nothing. The only thing you're going to be left with is actually what you earned off your own back. Everything you stole, whether that be physically, spiritually, energetically, is gone. We don't call back our power. We don't call back all the energies that were stolen from us, known and unknown. We recalled all the blessings you stole. Nasty ass people. Some of them is a bit deluded, collected. They think that they can talk their way out of it. So that tells you that these are people that work on manipulation. The collective moving forward after everything that they've been through is the start of their downfall. Do you understand? The fact that we keep moving forward is bad news for them. For some of you, they've been trying to keep you hidden deliberately. Because whatever lies they've been spreading about you, if the right people see or go and do the right investigations, I just said you've already been found. They've already seen, whatever the case may be. Do you understand? It blows everything they've done out the water. I'm also seeing that past, present, or future, their worst nightmare is for you to turn up in court. Yeah. Some of you, that's what you're destined to. It's going to be maybe soon. I'm not sure how soon. It could come in the form of a hidden helper, possibly. But you are going to be coming into some type of connection or communication with some King of Cups. This is someone that's actually aligned with you. This is someone you have a spiritual contract with. An actual, consensual contract, collective. Not a fraudulent, forced one without your consent against your will. This is why people like to do things spiritually, because they know full well they can never come to you in a 3D because they know the response. It'll be get the F out my face. Ain't shit to say. But they just want to cause argument to exact some type of negative response out of you. They want to evoke some type of anger. This is classic narcissistic tactics. Because that anger or that response, it just fuels their ego. It's like it's currency to these people. Your energy is their finances. Look at it that way. Yeah, you knew when to withdraw and walk away. 8 of Cups on the bottom. Yeah, these people are stuck. It's like they're getting agitated. Nothing's going their way. It's like, I don't know why I'm hearing that. There's like somebody's out there trying to stalk you or plan for the right moment to try and approach you. They're very delusional because they really believe they can pull this off. I got news for you. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. This is why they're trying everything they can to do spiritually, hoping that will soften the landing for them. So I'm sensing a lot of feel sorry for me spells, loves magic, come to me, all that kind of stupidness. You can't do that to someone that's really ascended. This is someone that wants you down in the sewers with them. I deserve. They're obsessed with your good. That's a good one. Somebody obsessed with your good. So whoever they're with knows that they don't match up. But they're killing themselves trying to come after you as hard as possible to prove their worth to someone that's breadcrumbing them. They're definitely not faithful to them, and they know it too. Just as long as they keep up these false appearances. I see cheating on both aspects. And a child that doesn't belong to somebody. This is where these STDs have come from. This masculine and this females out here, and I just heard every hoe, every D is a goal. So they don't care who, what, when, and where they get it from. They just want to get it in. I smell like I really like, what do you call it? I call it like a fishy, vinegary smell. Like sour, real sour. The kind of like burns your nostrils and punches the back of your throat and then grabs your stomach. Yeah. Vile. That's rotten. Yeah, these people are trying to avoid these changes. You ain't got no choice. You can't force somebody's will or pay someone to kidnap somebody. It doesn't work like that. Somebody's stepping in. If someone's got some type of truth or someone in some type of position, this could even be like someone from the courts or maybe even, I don't know, a good cop, some type of investigator maybe, but someone with some type of position who has some type of organization or is part of some type of organization in the upright. Maybe they're aware of this, but you have some type of genuine support or someone's defending you behind the scenes, which way it goes for you, collective. Do you understand? But you also have these weirdos out here trying to manifest shit that that's never gonna. I told you. What did I tell you? These are people that couldn't tempt you into taking a dirty offer. That's what I will say. So this tells me also they didn't want you to celebrate, or they didn't want you to be celebrated. But I'm also seeing these people celebrated far too early because they've done this so many times. That's what I'm saying. I said to you when it started, they got ahead of themselves. I don't know if it's more procedures for them to celebrate such a big event before it's even coming to fruition. But this is people that was too arrogant. Their ego was the driving force. And the fact that you rejected someone in the spiritual, who was trying to trap you and set you up anyway. Hello, it's not rocket science. That's the driving force for this relentless attack. And for them hyping up the lies. Yeah, collective. You made the right decision, so you need to be proud of yourself. You made the right decision. They hate that you make the choices than them. Yeah. Your inner calling reveals their dirty deeds, basically. So clearly, that's obviously whatever they've been putting out there. I don't want to pull those cards. What's up all these ones? Let me get something from there. Gippa! Oh. Oh, now somebody wants to come in and lick it and kiss your ass now because they know they're frigged. And that you're about to receive back whatever sudden wealth. Or they're still trying to find an opportunity on how to steal this from you. It's not going to work. Confirmation. Yeah. This is someone who's now taken over as the main male. That just fell on the floor. Ooh. Oh, maybe this main male tried to have you in some type of bad health, but they're not in bad health. So this bad health would have assisted them in putting you in the coffin. So clearly, if that's the sport that they did or the ritual that they paid for, whatever the case may be, that's their fate. That's how that shit goes. That's their fate. Clarify, confirm this spread. Spirit, please and thank you. What about this main male and the bad health? I don't know if the number 31 or the number 1 is any significance, but you'll know. These are to the collective spirit. Oh shit, child fell on the floor. Now I can see this multiple different ways. These people have been trying to take you out possibly since you was a child because they knew what was left for you that they didn't want you to receive. And they never wanted you to go on any kind of journey. So they was trying to keep you stagnant. So it's like they wanted to hinder you. So by you not doing anything, of course it's going to hinder you. It's going to cause change, and you're going to end up reverting, which was what happened, isn't it? Wicked people. Told you this is a community setup. Damn. Hold on a minute. So is this like a community of like wife swap lovers? Because community came up with lovers. These either lovers off the community, lovers in the community. Oh, or a community that's in some type of sex coven. So they're all lovers in some way, shape, or form. And maybe that's how they do their harvesting. So they obviously target people with high energy, have like intimacy of some way, shape, or form. Then you come back to the group and they all engage in this mass orgy thing, do you understand, to manifest their shit or to steal from other people. So this thief was sent in to block your pathway. So this thief was paid to come in and block your pathway in some way, shape, or form. Get you to lower your guards and then destroy you. Expectations in the reverse. They never expected it to go left, or they never had a backup plan in case things went awry. So these are people that was arrogant, again, too cocksure of themselves. They really misjudged you, collective. They underestimated you. Yeah. Mature woman. Oh, that flew over there. So hard. That's very powerful. That was very powerful. I'm not sure if you heard the way it hit the microphone. Yeah, these are people that are in concerned about you entering into a courtship or some type of relationship, because that's what's destined for you. They couldn't destroy it, couldn't steal it from you. Yeah, this is a mature male, so I'm getting a father figure, maybe a grandfather, or even an ex level or an ex that's older. So this is probably someone that's older than you because they got gray hair. Although maybe not much difference between the ages. So this is someone that committed crimes to have some type of change, like some type of come up, which is supposed to have been, that's supposed to be yours, that's now in despair. Because everything they've done didn't do shit. Yeah. These are people they really have domestic concern. Again, this is someone that's trying to find any way to scapegoat someone else to take the blame. Told you, family and community. This is a family of people. This is blood relatives as well as community. As part of some type of community. Can you see that the community is impoverished? Yeah. So this is what they do to come out of poverty. And I just said in it, whatever you've done, you're going to be put back to where you began because of what you did. Maybe they stole a house or they used some type of dirty money to buy a property. Maybe this property belongs to you. Maybe they change the deeds on the property to act like they're the beneficiary of it. It could be different. It varies from people to people. But there's definitely a house involved. Yeah, this is someone that wanted to be seen as some type of wealthy man with great fortune. Oh. That's going to jail. I told you, they're going to jail, period. Someone's going to jail because they stole somebody's unexpected income. Either income or opportunity that was not destined for them. Maybe this wealthy man paid these people to do it, or he funded it in some way, shape, or form because obviously he was gaining something from it. Do you understand? Or for someone else's great, or to earn or gain some type of great fortune. So their occupation was to keep someone else in poverty or keep the truth from someone else that it belonged to. But now what's happening is the opposite. Their occupation will be to live in poverty. That's their karma. They can't buy, manipulate, or spell their way out of this one. I guarantee. Doesn't matter how much rituals they try and do over the court cases or the judges or whatever the case may be. Yeah, collective, you're about to receive some type of gift sometime in the distant horizons. But that's a definite. All these people can do is try and slow things down and delay it. They cannot stop this from happening. But what they're hoping to do is not going to work. So don't ever be fearful. Do you understand? They're trying to take you out or get you to have some type of misfortune before this happens. Because they don't want to face the consequences for the crimes they committed. They know who they are, and you know who they are too. Yeah, there's an official person who has information or is aware about some sudden wealth, or you could be deemed as his official person. Maybe someone lied about who you truly are. I get that as well. Ain't nothing new with these people, is it? Ain't nothing new, collective. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. Can I get something from What's the Tea deck? Maybe even do a few flashcards too. See if I can add a bit more to this piping hot tea. What does my collective need to know from the what's the tea list? I told you, this confirmation. I go over again. Yeah. You got some karmic friends trying to look you up. Yeah, these are the ones that are responsible for you being cyber stalked. It's them doing it. They're behind it too, as well as the family and the exes. But that came out, so we'll see what else comes out. They're angry that you view yourself in this energy or this. That's who you're. That's what you're emanating. Now you don't care. Look at you. You're like in some type of Zen state. You just don't care. Some of you may be traveling. You may have to travel to this court case, possibly, but you're gonna find out. Like what they do is anything you post, these people try to block it. They'll either if the content is interesting to them or something that they can get clout from, they'll steal it. Yeah, I told you. These are people that are trying to get clout and a come up off of you. No, boo boo. Told you. Some of you have some type of evidence. Or they're trying to get evidence on you, but then doctor it up to make it look as something is not. That's not going to work. Yeah. You're about to hit the jackpot either way. Or they're looking at you as a jackpot. That's all you can do is look. You can't do nothing else. These people, some of these people may have to move. Maybe they can't afford where they're living. These are people that are trying to dirt dig. They're angry at the fact of they have a bad reputation. And you don't. But these are people that try to ruin your reputation. Told you, I said to you, people are being haunted. Imagine that. Your own family and an old friend group doing spell work to try and cop block you out of jealousy because their life is miserable because of the dumb things they did. Oh, so this tells me this is over. They can't do this no more. Cop blocking in reverse. So it's been lying on your name, possibly even trying to say that they caught something from you, which is a lie, clearly. We wouldn't be on this path if we did. This is someone that has photo proof on these individuals. Individual or individuals. They're probably screenshotting it. Yeah, these people ain't shit. They listen to the same shit every day. Parasites, I heard. Demonic parasites. Yeah. Doesn't matter what they throw, collective, it gets dodged. These are people that are angry that we're unbothered. It's like whatever tactics used to work in the past don't do shit now. So that tells you they've been doing this for a long time. So whoever it was the catalyst, which is the family members, they did it to you first. Yeah. And then when they wanted to act like the innocent and keep their hands clean, which their hands is not, their hands is covered in blood, they paid these people to take over, but they were still doing it in the background. So they just assumed, yeah, that if anything does come to light, it's going to be looked at the ones in the forefront. Do you understand? And they can just hold back their hands and say, it's got nothing to do with me. Makes no difference. You initiated it. Yeah, anything they try and send to you, collective, your spirit team, your ancestors, they're not having a bar of it. It's being blocked and sent straight back into these people's reality. Yeah, well, this is our winning streak. We're winning at life. We're winning at healing. We're winning at keeping our frequency high. We're winning at embracing who we are unapologetically. Yeah. And these are people that could be threatening each other or other individuals, either in your comment section or trying to threaten people to put bullshit in your comment section. Sorry. These are people that are having all kinds of problems now. Car problems, can't pay their bills, food is low. It's like because we've exposed their tactics. Yeah, these people are holding a grudge. Anybody else? Because man, you got listen. There's no loyalty amongst these thieves. Yeah, they would do this to their own. That's how deep it is. Yeah, these are people that either this is about to happen or this is in process. These are people that have legal issues with what they've done. This is why they're holding a grudge because they're all caught. They know either way, they have to face the consequences of their action. And what angers them the most, collective? I love how these two cards came out together, you know. You're just moving on, unfazed and unbothered. That's what's really getting them. Because they're thinking, hold on a minute. Like, we've humiliated you. We've done a humiliation ritual. We've done a smear campaign. We've slandered you all over town. Because some of you, they may even done like some type of revenge porn on the dark web. They flaunted the new supply in your face. All of that. And they got nothing. But yet, though, these are the same people that are out at collective wanting to cop block you. Something ain't adding up, right? Okay. Told you. Fake accounts. And this is where TikTok needs to tighten up. It's either that or I'm going to say it like it is. Regardless of who you see on these platforms, TikTok is a biased, demonic platform, period. Because they're allowing this shit. But let you speak truth on there, and you get a warning, or your comment gets taken down. But anybody can verbally abuse you in any way, shape, or form, and they say there's no violation. Make that make sense? Yeah, I told you. They're blatantly cyberbullying you. They're just doing it in a very covert way. So they're working with people from the platform, people that have bigger platforms than you, that are assisting them. And you're all gonna pay. Yeah, these are people, their egos hurt. This is really why they're doing it, man. Because you refuse to submit to being a coven sex slave. And that's what you wanted you for. They wanted you like some type of pet sex slave that they can all siphon from. And then when they've drained you out, they want to murder you, take your gifts. It's like they're trying to build a bear, the Jezebel that they're with now. That's the truth and be all end of it all. Both of them. They're trying to build a bear with the Jezebel, man or male or female. However it resonates in your story, it is what it is. That butt hurt. Nobody escapes them. Nobody tells them no. Told you. These are wolf in sheep's clothing. And just like the Most High said in it, you will know your enemies by the fruit they bear. And what do they bear? Gossip and slander. Yeah. These are people that don't want you to get a genuine offer, or they're trying to intercept or block in some way, shape, or form. They may have done this in the past. But yeah, I told you, your ancestors are relentless. They're being haunted. And it is what it is, collective. I have nothing to say on that one. Yeah. Told you, people marrying for money. These people that don't marry for love, they marry for convenience. Some of these people are marrying people from the coven so that they can carry on with their secret life or double life. Yeah, these are people that are just straight groupies. So both of them go out and try and lure people or catfish people with fake accounts. Do you understand? Only to try and get them in some type of compromising position to then film them without them knowing, to then blackmail them to get what they want. Yeah, I told you, these people are stalkers. I already see they're in the chat, but they need to know their place. And their place isn't on my path. You understand? I don't make any sense of that. These people don't exist to me, collective. Yeah, exactly. These people's, they're played out. So when they're trying to like think of another idea, you're giving money there. I'm saying they was paying people to either turn a blind eye, paying people to hack you, paying people to keep quiet. For some of you, they're being blackmailed by their spouse because their spouse knows their dirty secrets. That they got little kinks and fetishes. They like the same sex from time to time. Do you understand? Amongst other things. Some of them even like kids. Yeah. I'm saying it like it is. These are people that are bankrupt. This is how they make their money. By we speaking on what they're doing, especially online, yeah, it's like we're interrupting their criminal organization. Do you understand? So now people's going to be taking a look, or people are going to be more clued up when they've made a shitload of money from what they've been doing, stealing from people's accounts. Because they've been stealing people's identities. This is what they do. All of them. They all work together. So many people have certain jobs on certain social media platforms to assist and facilitate these individuals stealing. This is something that you don't want back. You're not interested. Lurking on your platform with fake accounts or paying people to stalk your accounts. And the fact that the authorities ain't doing shit about it, this tells you they're involved too. Or they're getting paid to turn a blind eye. And I see that it's the same. I guarantee you it's the same police officials collective that multiple times throughout your life they try to set you up. I also see that there's an officer, clear as day, you know the town you live in, that whilst you was going through your struggles, you may have been in a lower vibrational state. So you may have got into trouble, you may have been on probation, you may have been on substances, yeah. They was what you call it when they was harassing you. You had a police officer that was harassing you through like text messages and phone calls from private numbers, trying to solicitate you, basically. And the minute you declined, for some of you, this was decades ago. They've been holding a grudge. Told you. Now they're being looked at. So the lies they've told her come back to bite them because someone's got an STD. Someone may even got someone underage pregnant. That's coming out, yeah. That's why they creeping. You're a creep. Yeah, it's creeping on the outside. You're working. I love that song, but I can't remember the words though. So long ago. Yeah. Yeah. What do I say to you? These are people with no facts. What they do is make up lies. And then they either try and do spell work at you to try and validate or formulate the lie with you reacting to it, or they fabricate and put together like fake documents or fake text messages, whatever the case may be, to make it look as that. Yeah, I told you people are just ain't shit drama starters. These are people also collected that made. They see you as entertainment, so yeah. These are people with really big egos that are real dumb. Pray for their soul, collective. We forgive you, though, demons, but you have no authority over here. Do you understand? These are people that actually try to send people to you to actually fight you as well. Told you, marrying for money. This is what these people. When I say to you, this is what these people do. Or to get some type of energy exchange. Thief has come out twice now, collective. Confirmation. These are grade A thieves. Yep. That are receiving bad karma. They want your energy to heal their diseases, first of all, and to get them off these court cases they got coming up. Anything else for my collective? This is someone that believes they're in love with you, but they're not in love with you, collective. That's the impact of the love spells going back. Yeah, this is people that have been abusing divination to see where your mind's at. So clearly, if they got to do divination, this should tell you, yeah, they know they violate you, so that's when they know they can't even approach you and say shit to you. So they got to spy at you from fake accounts, attack you from fake accounts. For some of you, they try to ruin your whole business, but yet you still stand firm. Yeah, told you. What's here about these exes? I see two. I see an Aries and I see an Aquarius. I said it. Who's creeping? One may be old, mid-50s, early 60s. The other one's probably around about the same age as you, collective. I was seeing early 40s to mid-40s. Maybe even younger. Yeah, I told you. These are people that want to now get out of. I told you, someone's impersonated you in some type of legal matter or something like that, and they want to get out of it. Yeah, they're in their head about this, because there's no way out. The minute you rejected that fake love proposal done in the spiritual realm, make it make sense. If it was genuine, you come face to face to the collective and have a conversation. You can't do that because you know you're guilty and you have zero shame. And again, love who you love, but be straight about it. Yeah, these people hate the way you shine. Collective, shine bright like the diamond you are. Shine into the future, shedding your light or spreading your light like the diamond you are. Shine your light. Shine. I don't know if it's the word though. I just know those little few. Shine your light. This is the man. Shine your light. And these, do you know what, Claire? These people hate to see you smile. They hate to see you laugh. Literally. This is someone that expected you to make an appearance by Christmas. It's like, these people are delusional. You need to be saying that to AJ. Alana Joe. If you know, collective, you know. And you know I know too. Oh, I got you mad, didn't I? I can sense it. I got you angry. Someone's getting hot under the collar. Someone feel like their head's about to explode. You know when someone's so angry, it's like your eyes are bulging, and then you've got all these like red, yeah, and you've got like the what do you call it? The veins in the neck and the vein, yeah. Someone's spitting fire. And I'll also tell you where someone else is spitting fire, your private parts. Someone's oozing and leaking, collective. Someone smells like a what? A vintage brothel. What the hell is that? Oh no. Not vintage. Victorian brothel? I That's bit random ancestors. So clearly I'm going way back. So that tells me that these individuals have been reincarnated and did the same shit. Clearly. Why are my ancestors say Victorian brothel? What? Collective. Do you know what? My ancestors and the creator got even my spirit team, they got a funny way of being petty. Because the shit they're making me come out with, I'm just like, huh? Victorian brothel. Do you know what? Just for that, I need to Google it. And you know, they said someone smells like a Victorian brothel. I need to Google it just to. If I see how it looks, I can just imagine the smell. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's a weird one. A weird one, isn't it? But a funny one. I think that was just the way that it came out. Victorian smells like a Victorian brothel. What? I know they got a sense of humor. That's where I get it from. Someone misses the way you make them laugh, collective. Someone misses how funny you are. Random too. When it has no bearing. That has no weight. They wasn't thinking about that and it was violating you, collective. So what do they expect you to say to that? Other than and? But yeah. I may need to come back a bit late and continue this Victorian brothel talk. Literally, because it's got me intrigued. There must be something in it for why they're saying that. Maybe there's another message in it. But yeah, it's really random for me, not random for them, because obviously your ancestors go way back, your lineage goes way back in it, so they would have been around in those times. But maybe they're saying that these people are reincarnated from those times. What, and didn't bathe? Collector, I don't know. Apparently, just weird. On one hand, maybe it's the people that are probably trying to impersonate you. Apparently, some people love your sense of humor and they're amazed by the way you laugh. But then you got others that can't stand it, apparently. It's like just hearing your voice and hearing you laugh, it's like it goes through. You know, like how can I say it? I'm feeling it in the sense of, you know, when you get your nails and you scratch down a chalkboard, how that sound goes through you. It's like every time they and why watch us collective, innit? Do you know what I mean? I don't get that. Why watch us? Like, so you like to talk to yourself, and but yeah, it's like every time they hear you laugh or every time they see you smile, it's just a reminder of how much they've effed up. Oh wow. Are we supposed to feel bad about that? That's not my problem. You understand? Yeah. And they know what they did is the reason for why they have bad health. I never I really left the card in there. I never do that. Told your neighbor. Told you these people made what they did to you collective, that's what they do. That is their job. That's what they specify in. Maybe on paper it might say something else, even that's fraudulent. I'm also hearing that these people, by stealing people's identity, the way they're doing it. Oh, evading tax. How? They clearly know something my collective don't need to know, obviously. Because the divine's not going to allow that. Yeah, but yeah. Whatever it is that they're doing, or however it is that they do it, I'm also seeing like tax evasion. Shit, like collective, like, yo, the crimes are just stacking. They went too far, they went above and beyond. Do you know why they went as far as they did? Is because whoever promised them and guaranteed them that they was going to be able to sacrifice you, that's why they did it. Functioning Addicts Collective. Wow. This is nuts. Let me just confirm something so you can see clearly. Spirit, can you tell me, just for so my collective can see, have these karmic individuals been committing crimes to evade tax, or have they committed crimes for evading tax? Yes or no? Tell me these karmic people have been committing crimes to evade some type of taxes, or are they going to be done for tax evasion? Spirit, yes or no? I don't know how you would do that because I don't get involved in things like that. But obviously they know. Can they always have people that specialize in that, which makes you think about someone as either studied the law, possibly police officers, solicitors, maybe even accountants who would have that kind of knowledge. Yeah, it's weird. There's some things I need to check after this. I may come back later, guys, because I like if I go into this Victorian brothel. I'm so sorry for laughing. But why Victoria? Do you know what? I don't know why this is bugging me now. I need to find out why. What was Victorian brothels? What was the Victorian ages like? And I saw something where I can't remember what I was watching. I saw something where they said they used to throw they never had toilet. They used to like piss and shit in like a pot or something. And they never had like how we got sued, they never had that. They would just chuck it out the window, in it, or chuck it out the door into the cobbled roads. I remember seeing like a cobbled road. And because they had on so many layers of clothes, what was he saying again? I think he said something like, because they used to wear so many layers of clothes, it took so long for them to put on the clothes, they were just like poo and wee themselves, and not even. Oh, maybe that's why they said Victorian brothel. So these are people that are not hygienic. That just makes me cringe. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I bet their mouth must smell sour too. With all those different bodily. Hold on a minute, hold on. Let me ask. Hold on a minute, hold on a minute. So, if these people all engage in sex rituals, yeah, that's multiple partners, yeah, I get that. So, unless you do a DNA test, if they're getting people pregnant, how do you know who the father is? Because I found out some scientific information there. Because I was looking at this Christian Rock thing, and I'm sick of seeing people running her down. The same people running her down, I guarantee they're the same ones that are the biggest tramps on the planet. Yeah. So I had to do some research, and it does blatantly say, yeah, anybody you have intimacy with, a part of the DNA still stays inside of you because they're accusing her child of being the exes, not Blueface's. So when I found out this information, I had to screenshot that shit and shut these mother effers down because they're gonna get karma for that shit. 'Cause that child is innocent, regardless of how it committed. Child is innocent. Leave her alone. But I also found out blatantly, yeah, it does actually say it could have been up into a year you had sex with the previous partner and you've gone to another partner and you be intimate with them and you get pregnant. It can still be the DNA from the previous partner, apparently. Oh, am I got it wrong? Yeah, no. Because the DNA becomes part of your body. That could be why. Not saying Junior looks like Ronnie. He might have a little resemblance, but I don't believe he's Ronnie's. Do you understand? It's probably because some of his DNA was still inside her. Does that make any sense? And the thing about it is, people are quick to open their mouth before they fact check anything. Because that's defamation. That's slander. Because that shit destroys lives for no reason other than internet clout. People like that are disgraceful, and I hope they get the judgment they deserve, the karma they deserve. And I call judgment on anybody doing that disgusting behavior. I remember I had a half sibling that was jealous of my kids, and she did that as well. She tried to spread a rumor that my son didn't belong to his father. And if you see my son and you see his father, they're a splitting image. But if my baby would have asked me to do it, I would have done it anyway. No questions asked. That's me. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that she said that clearly tells me she's been jealous. In every family, you have the Jezebel siblings that like to sleep with your exes. More time whilst you're with them out of jealousy. And then they go through the whole community. But this is someone that's done this more. And I'm kind of seeing the same pattern play out. Do you understand? And I think they think the same thing every time they do it. They didn't do it because they wanted the individual. That's their way of proving to themselves that that individual isn't into you as much as you think, or your relationship is not as strong as you think. But these, you may not remember, Jezebel spirits use witchcraft. Because first of all, that's not his type anyway. He don't do kebabs. I said what I said. Do you understand? And the worst thing about it is, our parental figure knew about it and kept it to themselves. Yeah, that's the kind of family I was born into. I didn't ask to be born into them. It is what it is. but yet they want to be out there lying on people. Do you understand? But these are facts that can be backed up because they've done this to multiple people. Do you understand? And it's the same one that hacked my Facebook because I gave her an old phone. I deleted all my shit off of it, and then she decided, I don't know how she did it. She must have reinstalled everything that it must have been recently deleted. Maybe I didn't wait. I think it's 30 days in it before it actually wiped my phone. I didn't know that at the time. And she did that deliberately to sabotage my opportunities and sabotage my business. I had a Sheen. I just received like a Sheen job because I used to buy a lot of clothes from there, and I was like, what do you call it? I was like a fashion advisor. Like, so I would advise people on what to put together, or because I would buy separate things and put it together, and it was at a good look. They offered me that position basically, and that's why she did it out of spite. Do you understand? Even then, hacking my account because all my passwords came out for all my accounts, even my bank account, so she could steal. And obviously, she's my sister. She knows my date of birth. My passcode was on and everything. But I didn't think she would do that. You understand? But she did. And this is something that was spoiled, man. She thought because of the complexion of her skin made her better. Yet though she behaved like a mattress. I rather say like I have a PhD on growth. Do you understand? I'm going from nothing to something. Why would you be proud and brag about having a PhD on sucking dick? And I meant to respect that. Come on now. But anyway, guys, it was nice talking to you all. Thank you for the love. I know she's been in there too. That's why I said what I said. You know what you did. And then it's funny how people can spread their lies, but yet you're not allowed to speak your truth. I'm not stalking them, hacking their accounts, following them. Do you understand me? Sending people to them, paying people to harass them, but that's what they're doing. Make it make sense. But they had people food for a long time, and that's fine. My conscience and my art is clear, so I don't mind. One thing I will say is this individual is codependent, alcoholic with your child. I'll put you on blast. Yeah, her daughter's been an alcoholic since she was 13. She made her own daughter a drinking buddy. That's wicked and unforgivable. And those who know collective, they know. But anyway, like I said, I got one bar of battery. I gotta go, so I've got a few things I need to do. Or I got a parcel to open. I don't know what it is. I can't even remember. But I'll find out when I open it. But yeah. This has been interesting, this one, I'm not gonna lie. But the first one I'm gonna do, collective, I'm gonna look up what was it again? Victorian brothel, in it. Oh. I'm gonna look it up. And I can only share what I'm guided to share. If it's admissible or if it's on a need to know basis. So yeah, I'm gonna go and look at this word, go look at these numbers, cleanse the energy, have some brunch because I haven't eaten. So yeah, I was fasting. And that's another thing you need to do, guys. You need to fast. That's the best way to self-heal yourself is to fast, believe it or not. So yeah, I'm going to cleanse the energy. And then have some, what am I gonna have for breakfast? Brunch. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. Thank you for listening, guys. Like, I appreciate you guys. Yeah. All the information's in the description box. So if anyone wants to read, then you have to literally give me 24 hours. But I have to be able to confirm your identity. That's another one as well. I already had somebody in my life trying to, when I was like giving out like one card for free. I heard that. And yeah. And I kind of sensed something like this individual was lying. And I made it specifically clear that the cards are gonna tell me. So they allowed me to expose them. It's one of the karmics trying to come in my life on a fake account. And if you remember, people was in my life, you would have seen it. But anyway, guys, thank you all. And I hope everybody has a blessed rising.